there's actually one deal that hasn't yet been floated. I know that Democrats in both the Senate and the House are floating, and that deal would be a permanent suspension of the debt ceiling, because then the 38 Republicans who voted no become irrelevant, and the Democrats would jump on board in terms of a bill. I mean, this bill is there's really not much difference between the bill that was shot down by Elon Musk and this bill, except for Trump's request for a 2-year suspension. I think the Democrats will say, okay, we'll take that 2-year suspension and raise it to permanent, which is perfectly in line with what the president-elect has been saying. And that's the deal to be had. Whether they'll do that or not, we'll see, because here we are before he's even president, and we have a little bit of chaos already, especially a lot of it introduced by his friend and supporter.
I would like to understand here where at one point we could actually see the Democrats supporting the complete removal of the debt ceiling, because now this seems to be actually the focus of the conversations and of the differences of opinion here. Do you think that we could actually see the Democrats changing their opinion when it comes to that?
I think the deal is certainly in the cards. I think that you can find, you have Chuck Schumer already talking about a permanent reduction. I think what Democrats are worried about is a 2-year suspension means that in 2 years, everything comes back on the table, and people are going to try and claw back a lot of cuts to domestic programs to account for the increase in the national debt. I think a permanent suspension, essentially removal of the debt ceiling, is something that Democrats are willing to put on the table. And I think it's something that certainly they're talking to right now, both the president-elect and Mike Johnson, to see whether or not that can be something that could get Democratic votes, because you will find more than enough Democratic votes to offset the 38 Republicans who voted no.